Alright, we're going to be watching Element, who's playing support on Circle Royale, starting as Ana. I don't know if this ends up switching to anything else. This is Gold 5 slash Silver 1. I'm going to assume it's Silver 1, so I usually pick the lower version. There will be no text summary for any of the replays I'm doing today since I sprained my thumb and it hurts like hell to type. Okay, what did they say? Matches I tried on but lost. They listed a bunch of them, and then said they typically play Mercy, Moira, Kiriko, Ana. What I'm looking for is anything to tell me what to change. Okay, let's start. So at the beginning, obviously you're not in position. I think I saw you waiting for your Sigma. I would just set up in position right now. But this is actually a bad position. You should go on top of the bridge. You have time right now. You should go on top of the bridge for sure. Like 100%, you should go on top of the bridge. You're much safer there. You always have the option of dropping low. There's no reason. You better line of sight, right? You see the car's blocking you right now. You're slow on this rotation. You need to break the railing right away. See, like this is a critical moment where you could be doing damage, right? Right now, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4 darts into that Winston right now, right? So that's 300 damage, right? You could have done 300 solo damage to the Winston right now if you had broken those railings and been here sooner. This sleep is not good value, okay? Because he's gonna get woken up right away. Like this, the fair is shooting at him right now. Like he's gonna get woken instantly. This is a bad sleep. Don't throw those sleeps, right? Don't throw sleeps just to throw sleeps. Throw sleeps whether it'll actually make a difference in the fight in some way. See, like he's full health right now. This sleep does nothing. Just save it. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to throw sleep every single time it's available, right? Just be more patient with it. So goes. This is a good grenade. This is a good, yeah, really good grenade. You could have, when he's in the air, so your APM, like actions per minute, are kind of slow, right? So when he goes up right now, you could have shot him right now, and then again right now. So you got, there's like 2 darts here that you probably could have shot that you just didn't shoot because you're just kind of staring at him. I assume this is console, just based on the movement, but not 100% sure. Anyway, so you have the opportunity to kill him here. You're going to miss this shot and then this shot, which is unfortunate. You should heal your Pharah right now, who's 1 health. You really need to heal your Pharah. I would scope now to be more consistent. It's okay, so this can't happen. So you have the opportunity right now. Let's ignore how long it takes you to actually get to the shot. Okay, so like right now, let's look at the aim. So you miss 1, you miss 2, you miss 3, and you finally scope, right? Remember, when you scope, you don't have to be dead on accurate anymore. Anything that's within this triangle, which is like much larger than the crosshair, will heal them. So that's why scoping, when you really need to get a heal in, just scope, and you'll be much more accurate. So because of the fact that you missed 3 darts earlier, 3 darts is, 210 health, the Pharaoh would be alive right now and would not have died to this. So missing heals is your fault, right? That's like all you. This is another example of a sleep that you just waste for no reason, right? Winston comes around the corner. There's no reason to throw sleep right now, okay? That, like, even if Bubble hadn't gone up, you sleep him, he instantly gets woken up. It's not going to matter. And now you don't have sleep if he tries to dive you. See? This, right now, just look straight up, watch when he's coming in, sleep. And then he goes straight down, you don't take landing damage, and go back to winning the fight. That's how you win fights as Ana. Like, it might seem like a little thing, it's a huge thing. Like, if you sleep the Winston out of the air, you could just instantly win the fight like that. Like, that's how supports can carry fights. And, by extension, games. Don't worry about shooting the bubble. Like, if nobody else shooting the bubble, it's a waste of your time. So you should be reloading already. Like, you just kind of play the game kind of slowly, right? You're like, oh, cool, lackadaisically, like, oh, there's a Winston there. Cool. You see, like, you're not like, hey, look, hey, Winston's going. If he's in the air, like, I want to be always doing something, right? Like, I could step forward right now. Like, he's going high ground to the right. I could step slightly to the left and go shot. Like, this is what I would do in your situation, okay? Ready, set, shot, 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 right? And by the time he's zapping me, I've already done 4 shots into him, assuming I landed them all, which is not hard, right? He's a tank, and that's 300 damage that you could be cranking out in this period of time instead of just being on your first start right now. So this sleep is okay. The problem is you don't want to, like, once you slept him, like, go back to the fight. Okay, you still have 3 darts. You can put the 3 darts into the Sigma, then reload, whatever you want to do. You really have to keep your Sigma up. If your Sigma dies here, the fight's over anyway, right? So really important for you to save the Sigma. Don't step in the bubble. So what you should have done here is you should have got to the left of the bubble and then skated back. Don't throw grenades at teammates. As a general rule, do not throw grenades at teammates. Anti-grenade is incredibly strong when used against the enemy. It's a very poor grenade to use against teammates. Despite the fact that it buffs health, do not throw grenades at teammates. At high levels of Ana gameplay, they will throw grenades at at enemies like 95 to 99% of the time. You will almost never see them throw a grenade at a friendly teammate, and that is a habit you should learn right now. Okay, it's a crutch because you're probably throwing this because you're like, oh look, you know, you can just shoot this dart, right? And the dart will heal as much as the grenade does. Just heal the Kiriko here. Like she's not under pressure. She's not like there's not a helix rocket or something incoming. Just heal her. Just shoot her with another dart. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. And scope if you're having trouble hitting her because the scoping makes it much easier. See right now, throwing a nade super helpful. Would kill the soldier, right? You should shoot that Ash when that Ash jumped like that. Right there. You should have shot this. One shot and kill the Ash. Easy pick. I would check that, yeah. I would say if she stays there, I would check that nade over the top because there's no way for her to escape. So they have Ramatra now. So I would be careful just like hard scoping, especially when you move away from the corner. Like this is how you die, right? If they're shooting at you, soldier fires one helix rocket, 4 bullets, you're dead. Right, play closer to the corner. Again, another sleep. You do what Annas do like at low levels all the time, which is just you throw sleeps into the tank just because you can land it. Like this sleep does nothing, literally nothing. Like you might as well just not have thrown the sleep at all. This is like a waste of your time and the ability. Right now, you have 14-second sleep cooldown. So grenading also note try not to hit your teammates. Right, throw it to the side in that situation so you don't splash it into your Pharah, because this grenade on the Ramatra would actually be huge. With nanos, you want to pop nanos in a situation where your team can actually use it to get kills. Sigma is a very low damage hero. He's actually the second lowest of all the tanks in terms of damage. He only does 85 damage per second. Winston does 60 for perspective, right? Sigma is not a great nano target typically unless your Sigma's like super, super good. Like really, really good. Pharah is a much better nano target than Sigma is, right? DPS in general are much better nano targets than most tanks. But especially, there's no need to pop nano right now because your team is fine. Like, I could understand if your Sigma's low, you pop nano to keep him alive, that's fine. But that's not necessary right now. Your Sigma's got plenty of health. He's just using grasp, he's fine. He's totally fine. There's no reason to force this nano out right now. For the record, nano does not boost the damage from flux, at least the majority of the damage from flux. It only boosts the initial 50, which is nothing. A little late on the nade. So, for the record, you can sleep the Moira if she gets an angle, but she's not actually available, so that's fine. So I would scope, this far away I would scope instead of using projectiles, especially since no one can see you right now. The only real disadvantage to scoping is that you're moved very slowly and your tunnel vision, right? Which means the enemy can kill you really easily. But if you're way back here, no one's gonna kill you out here. So you should just scope. So you're lucky that grenade landed on the Ramatra. I don't even think that was intentional. I think the Ramatra happened to walk into it. Yeah, I think the Ramatra just walked into that. To be clear, when I say don't throw grenades at teammates, I don't mean don't throw grenades that hit teammates and enemies, right? Don't intentionally avoid your teammates, but always throw a grenade that hits at least one enemy. Should be your general rule. You should be healing right now. That's fine. I would confirm that Fade was off cooldown, but otherwise I think that nade is fine. You got to keep your Somber up. See, again, scope right now, right? This is a great time to see. You're throwing grenades at teammates again. It's not going to matter in this fight since this fight's already won, but... Yeah, get the damage in. You're almost at another nano. So this is a great opportunity to sleep Bob. Yep. Now, you should nano Sigma. Right? So Sigma's taking a ton of damage. You sleep. There should be a nano right now on the Sigma to save him. But also your sleep dart doesn't go? I think you missed the Bob. Yeah. Oh, he gets kind of budged away a little bit. What's this, like the rocket or something that moves him slightly? Yeah, I mean, I would try to aim dead center to avoid that, but there's not too much you can do there. At this point, there's no reason to nano. Yeah. So this is not a great nano because you're forcing the Pharah to have to kill what, like 4 or 5 people basically by yourself with a Bob shooting at her. This is not a reasonable situation. You should save nano for the next fight because the card's in a position where you still have time to contest on the next point. So that's a big thing, right? So you've wasted the nano right here. Nade yourself. Could have easily lived, right? One, and just nade yourself right now, and you would have lived. And then living here would be big because then you'd be available here to recontest with your Sigma. And you can see if you lived right now, right here, You stand over here, you heal your Sigma up, heal, 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 heal. Pop Nano right now, right? Great. Like, Nano plus Kiriko, this Sigma's not dying. And then you manage to hold this, your Pharah comes back, and maybe you win this on first point. Like, that's... a lot of stuff's going wrong here. I don't know why you're playing so far back. I feel like you respawned. Wait. Let's confirm what happened here. Alright, so you're up here. So, again, I would not just scope right there. It's funny, because you scope when you shouldn't, and you scope when you don't scope when you should. Which is funny. Like, you scope in situations where they come from main, right? You shouldn't be just standing here, zoomed in at this spot, because you can't see if someone comes around this right corner, looking at you while you're scoped, and then kills you really quickly. Like, scoping when you're safe is the right idea. You should throw the sleep at Moira. It's worth it to throw the sleep at Moira. Like, odds of hitting her, 25% maybe, worth it. You know, if you shut down Coalescence, it's big. Shutting down ulti is really, really big. So, Sigma's going to go to the right here. Right, Sigma's low, you start healing, healing. He goes to the right, shift to the right. Your job is to keep him alive, right? Just shift to the right here. Shift to the right, play over here, or whatever it ends up being. Play this close corner if you have to. I don't know why you're not rotating right now. See? You're just staring over here. Sigma just ends up dying. You just don't heal. You know? Like, this wasn't that hard. The Sigma goes to the right, go to the right. Yeah, I mean, the Sigma's LOSing you, but, I mean, maybe there's a good reason why the Sigma needs to go to the right. Maybe he's trying to shut down, like, the soldier angles, right? So the soldier doesn't flank and go to the left side and kill you. I don't think this is unreasonable for the Sigma to be playing on the right side. I think that you should rotate to maintain LOS of him. I think this is your mistake. Alright, come on again. So, when that happens, I would have immediately chucked the nade. Right? I would have chucked the nade and aimed it over here to splash against this wall to try to help out my team. But you should be pushing up right now, not scoping, right? You should understand EMTs pop, your team's going to push forward. You should immediately unscope and run forward right now to get to this corner to help out your team. Like, playing back here is a mistake. Well, except for the fact there's a soldier here. But I don't know that you knew that when this EMP is popped. Oh, you hear it to the left right now. Yeah, you're slow to react to this, right? So, right here, you hear the soldier pop on your left. And you should immediately look for that sleep/nade. But you see, you're like kind of slow to react to this. You also don't heal your Pharaoh, who's getting shot out of the air by the soldier visor. Right? You had the opportunity right now. You have like a second and a half to heal the Pharaoh. You get the trade for it, but I mean, you could have done that a lot better. You could have shut down that ulti completely. Like, stuff like that, like soldier visors, that's your job to shut it down. You gotta heal your Kiriko here. The Sigma is not in actual danger of dying here. So, Ramatra ulti only does 30 damage per second. Right? It seems like it's a lot, but it's really not. And his punches do 80 damage a second. So just say he does about 100 damage a second, okay? Sigma's got, what, 300 health right now? Yeah, 300 exactly. So Sigma's going to take 3 seconds to die. Your Kiriko is going to die in a second and a half because you only got 150. So you got to keep the Kiriko up here. Right? I would also throw nade right now. I would do 1 dart into the Kiriko, throw nade, and then just keep darting the Kiriko. Right? This is just mechanical failure, right? You have 2 targets to keep up and 1 target to nade. Right? So, should have been a nade, heal on the Kiriko until the Kiriko's at full, and then got back to healing the Sigma if necessary. But instead, you failed to heal the Kiriko, you still haven't thrown the nade, you still haven't healed your Sigma, and your Sigma just dies, and you throw the nade super late. Yeah, I mean, that's why you lose games. That's like a pretty straightforward save situation. You know, this is not like what I would consider like particularly complicated or stressful. There's nobody shooting at you, there's no pressure, you're set up from the beginning, right? You got 5 darts here. You're good to go, right? You just gotta heal the right target, right? Heal squishies first, then heal tanks. All right, I'm gonna stop this part and maybe just skip to the end and see how close to the final you're playing Mercy. So I am not a Mercy player, admittedly, so I generally avoid giving Mercy feedback. I would probably have shot the Bastion in the back there. Yeah, this is not gonna. That's not gonna do anything. Okay, cool. We'll just stop on the Ana section. That's fine. So again, on Ana, I would say number 1, make sure you have LOS on your team, right? If they break LOS, then step forward and make sure you have LOS. Because your teammates die just because they're out of position or whatever in your mind, it doesn't matter. The fight's lost anyway, so you might as well just follow them and maintain LOS. So number 1, maintain LOS. Number 2, making sure to nade the enemy. Number 3, making sure to heal people who will die is very, very important. And number 4, don't spam sleep. Save sleep for when you really need it, like shutting down jumping Winstons, Coalescence Moira, Visoring Soldier, stuff like that. Alright, cool. I'll stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.